Hello there, listeners. Welcome to the Bullpen Podcast. Now, before we get started, I'd just like to quickly talk about Buzzsprout. So, over the years, myself and Jamie have worked incredibly hard and refined the Bullpen Podcast into the stylish cultural phenomenon that it is today. But none of this would have been possible without Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout as a platform allows us to upload our finished work and host it on major services such as Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes and more. Simply put, without Buzzsprout, we would not have reached as many ears as we have. Once you sign up to Buzzsprout, you immediately get access to several hours worth of upload allowance a month, as well as an easy to navigate website and analytical data of every aspect of your podcast and all its listeners. If you sign up using our link in the podcast description, you'll find information on how to sign up and grab a $25 Amazon voucher courtesy of Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest way to get your podcast off the ground. Join over 100,000 podcasters getting their voices heard and sign up using our link today.
Is it take two?
I think, yeah.
So we've all got the sound waves, we've all got two channels.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Oh, we got there. 8:08.
We ain't been started since like 4 o'clock. So it's all
We
good.
started yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
Right, are we gonna?
welcome
Well, I
to the
think
bullpen.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
back.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and yeah, see you later.
God, it's been
I
a
just
long time.
noticed that
coming.
even after my haircut, I'm the only person on this podcast with hair.
That's true. That's true.
You're the odd one out.
I'm
I'll have to,
I'm the one out.
although-
Absolutely.
Well, big forehead. So forehead crew.
Yeah,
Almost a five head going on there. Never ends.
I don't know.
So, how
Anyway,
are we?
how are we all?
Yeah, how are we? It's been a long time.
It's been several
Yes.
years.
It's
Yes.
we've
You've
just come
got to
out
feel
of-
sorry for our staff.
Well, we've just come out of lockdown 27. We're now in the year 2034. Yeah, we're back to normal, I think.
We haven't been outside in about 30 years.
No, yeah, something like that. Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
It feels
Our,
like it definitely.
Our fleet of pilots are still on furlough though, so it's all
They
good.
are, yeah.
Yeah. Although I guess we're not looking for a receptionist
That's right,
as of yet because we don't need one.
No,
After replacing this
Although they would,
every week it's a different receptionist.
although they would have been able to set up a Teams meeting.
What between them? They probably could do it quicker than us.
probably can do it. Yeah, just by themselves. To be fair.
I mean, the
And they
concept of
could do a
Teams
better job
is
with
easier
the
than how we did
podcast.
it. Let's be honest, it took us way too long.
It really didn't it? It's just-
Way too long.
But yeah,
It was a learning curve. It was a learning curve.
And the thing is, it'll be the same
So
next time, and the same after that, and the same after that. It'll never be right.
The better half has just brought me a fine cup of Darjeeling.
Ah, that's fantastic.
nice,
Fantastic.
So I'm also on the
small
Fantastic.
mercies.
classy beverage.
Oh, you're on the cars. You're on the Carlsberg.
On the
I'm on
export.
I'm on the tropical blast from Aldi.
Tropical blast, and here's me on a cup of tea. What can I say?
Yeah,
We've all reached peak
so
peak
Peak life.
peak dad life.
It's as good as it gets, boys. Oh dear.
So, what's
Deary,
changed
deary.
since the last time we got together?
What's changed? I can't even remember the last episode. I can't even remember. I have to go back through the YouTube archives, I think, to check.
I mean,
2019.
I think you were
I
expecting
think it might have been.
Mr. B.
Was that the? Yeah, well, yeah, me personally, yeah, I was
Yeah,
very,
With child.
very out there. I was carrying.
rotund.
I think it was. Yeah, I think that was the last episode. I think where I did announce the news.
It was
I think.
it was the season before last, the half season. I think it was just before
Yeah.
that.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. So, yeah, a long time.
A long time. Long enough for
Very
the
long
Padres to finally be a good team again.
Yeah, the Giants aren't doing too bad either.
I mean,
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
when we come to predicting where we're going to finish in the league at some point, if we do, it's going to be tough. That's the toughest division I see.
I think it is. Yeah, definitely.
Whereas
The Dodgers, they're quite ahead at the minute. I think they're something like 10-2. I think the Dodgers, they're going quite a good streak at the minute. I think it's 5 in a row for them. But yeah, it's going to be a tough league to predict.
I mean, if either one of us is going to get out of there, I think it's going to be wild card.
Yeah.
Because I can't see either of us putting a run together. Although, 2 in a row for the Giants.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is, yeah. They did the sweep against the Reds, I think.
And I think that's the only winning streak we can talk about, to be honest. There's nothing else, is there? No one else is on a winning streak.
No. Nobody's not losing a 9-game winning streak tonight. So, yeah, it's all good. But what can I say? Anyway, I'm going to stick my neck out and go for for Orioles Marlins World Series. Series.
I thought you were going to stick your neck out. Yeah. That's quite. It's the easiest bet in the world.
Yeah, you've got to be courageous.
2 massive teams.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something else then.
2 massive animals.
Yeah.
So, in real life, who would win a fight out between an Oriole and a dolphin? I mean, a swordfish or whatever it is, marlin.
What is an Oriole again? Is it a bird?
Some sort of bird, isn't it? Quite a small bird, I think.
Yeah.
Well, considering the marlin, the dolphin can't get out of the water.
Yeah.
Marlin.
So,
yeah.
I would put money.
Game fish.
I would stick my neck out on the.
Yeah, especially if it's in a fight in the sky.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you give that marlin wings, and it becomes a different fight entirely.
Yeah.
A flying marlin, not something to be messed with.
Yeah. No.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I bet they can travel through the air at some speed as well.
They'd give Concorde a run for his money.
Anyway, any other news?
Any other news?
You put your feelers out on the Twitter.
What do we actually know about this season so far?
Well, this season the Yankees are terrible.
Shocking.
Absolutely awful. And I think everywhere else is as it was, to be honest. The Angels have finally put together a decent run.
Yep.
And the Astros are so-so, but it's really early to sort of get any sort of pattern from the season.
Yeah, of course it is. They're only 12 games into the season, something like that, 12, 13 games, so it's very hard.
I don't see the Red Sox winning any more games this month. So
terrible.
This
terrible
season, team.
Why do they suck so much?
Yeah.
9 in a row, is that it?
Why do they suck?
Exactly. But, yeah. They're losing to the Twins at the moment, who are bottom of AL Central. So,
see, that to me just
it's a question that's
how poor of a team
yet to be answered.
I mean, we sat, was it 2 weeks ago, and spoke about our current rosters, and you couldn't remember a single player of your team. I think the one player that I thought of, you got rid of him. Mr. Mookie Betts. I think he's a Yankee now. So
yeah.
I think he is, yeah.
I couldn't name one Red Sox.
He's not that bad. He's a Dodger, isn't he?
Oh, is he a Dodger?
So,
okay.
Chris Sale? Yeah.
He's a cricket player.
JD Martinez? Hunter Renfroe?
Oh, he's an ex-Padre.
Xander Bogaerts? Yeah.
Reading these off
Eduardo Rodriguez.
I have no idea.
It's like if you simmed a FIFA season
Austin
in the Spanish
Bryce.
third division, you'd eventually get a player with that name.
You would.
I mean,
Emi Buendia.
Whereas the Padres roster, it's stacked.
It's all good.
It's very stacked.
Fernando Tatis.
your main boy. We've got Mercado.
Junior. Yeah, Manny Mercado.
Cronin fourth. He's chipping in. Will Myers is finally hitting some runs. I think the only thing that's letting us down is the pitching. Still haven't got the hang of it yet.
Still not the hang of the pitching, you know. Bat, hit, ball, run.
We've got the bat, hit, ball, and the run. We just haven't got the ball. Yeah. Try not to hit bat. ball. Ball needs
Keep
to go
ball away from bat.
What?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you, Dervish? Anyway.
So yeah, we did get a question on the Twitter Twitter poll.
We did.
Well, not poll, but post. What do we think of the Mets and their hit by pitch against the Marlins, where the batter lent his elbow into the strike zone, which automatically should be a strike, I think.
It should. I'm just jogging my memory with this one.
I mean, if you see the replays on it, it's as guilty as they come, I think, when it comes to that.
Yeah,
it's tough as well, because the thing with baseball is that it's not like in football where there's this controversy every week about wrong decisions.
No.
It's like there's very rarely a wrong decision called.
Yeah.
So for something like this to go, to not be called on, it's a bit like, what is going on?
Well, I don't know why they didn't review it. I mean, they've got all the cameras there. Like,
yeah,
it's not as if he tried to move his elbow out of the way. It was quite the opposite. He moved his elbow into the pitch.
I mean, he's even said his post-game interview. He's even said, "Yeah, I knew I'd been hit." Like, there was no like, "Yeah, I didn't do nothing wrong." It's like, "Yeah, a win is a win. It's over, but I'd like to use the bat next time." That was his quote. It's like,
wow, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't get that. It's just a silly. It's just a silly way to end a match, especially when it's that guilty and that obvious of an error.
It was, yeah. The general pundit can call on it.
Yeah.
Cricket's had a similar thing happen. In that, well, there was just a stream of the game, so it wasn't allowed to actually review it or anything, or anybody knew what happens until the end of the day. But the Hampshire wicketkeeper has gone up for the catch, and then he's knocked the bails off to go for the stumping, and everybody's appealed for that, and it's been given. Which you have to have the ball in your hands to stump somebody.
The ball in your hand, yeah.
Yeah, and it was obvious because his hand with the ball in his hand was above his head, and then so that's been quite.
So was that actually given us out then?
But yeah, it was actually given us out, and the Hampshire captain was like, "Well, it was one of them split-second things, and if we'd known, we would have called him back and said, you're not out, obviously."
Yeah,
but
get back in
it
your
didn't
crease.
happen, so it's all a bit weird, and that's all I'm going to say. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because I have been known for quite an anti-Hampshire bias. So I'm blocked from their Twitter and everything. So I'm going to be, just stop there.
Remain on the fence with that one.
I mean, you're not having a good time with Twitter, are you, recently, Ramage? You're getting...
No. You've become woke, haven't you, Ramage?
You've crossed over to the dark side.
I have, yeah.
You have.
It's great, isn't it? I've just been waiting for that badge, to be honest.
Well, you can wear it with pride.
I mean...
Wear it with pride.
I mean, my politics do lean leftwards, but I don't know. What can I say?
The thing is, I don't think it really matters on Twitter sometimes. It's just like...
No.
Yeah.
It's once you've done something
he
wrong,
had a really...
like 20 years ago, you're in big trouble.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I hope to God nobody goes through my old Facebook posts. Yeah, quite borderline, to say the least.
I always go on the principle of would my would my grandma approve of that post? And then if the answer's no, then it's like it's not going on.
Post it anyway, because you're a rebel.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Rebel's just what he wants.
Yeah. I link her into all my social media posts anyway, so it's good.
What, by choice, or is it just a deal you've got?
Moving on. Yeah, just a deal.
Do you, or either of you, ever look at the top tweets?
Anyway, does anybody know about the
top tweets of the week?
Yeah, that's something BBC Football put up, used on like a Monday morning. So there was something from this week just gone. It's not something I ever actually remembered happening, but Wycombe were relegated with Tony Adams in charge without realising it. So it was like, I think it was something to do with the games they had left. Like mathematically they couldn't stay up, but it wasn't until one of their fans pointed it out.
That's bad.
Tony Adams? Where did he come in?
He was Wycombe manager, and he was god awful as well.
Yeah, he's been awful wherever he's been.
Yeah, and I don't think he's ever been a manager since, has he?
He had a little stint in Spain, didn't he?
Oh yeah, what team was it?
Was it Granada? It might have been Granada actually.
I think it might have been. I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was absolutely awful there as well.
Yeah. Oh, he's manager of Portsmouth as well.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was.
That completely slipped my mind. Well,
but yeah, imagine just thinking you're fine, and then a fan just says, "Yeah, hang on, we've been relegated, guys." So have we?
Really?
Apparently, it was because it was an anniversary 17 years ago on Monday that they were relegated without realising. With your boy Tony in charge.
And Tony the Tiger.
I mean,
well,
there's been some terrible managers.
Looks like they're getting relegated again. So.
Wycombe, yeah, they're languishing. On the other end of the table, Ramage, Norwich could be promoted on Saturday night.
Yep,
they could be.
Mathematically,
got 90 points in the bag so far.
I think. Do they have to win
Brentford,
and then hope that third place don't win, draw or something?
Yeah, Swansea.
Table, I'm not quite sure.
Swansea are on 75 points with 5 games to play, and we're on 90. So I think if we win, we go up.
Oh, if you win,
does that sound
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
Who have
you got?
Looking forward to occupying that sweet 19th spot next season.
I'm not sure if we've got.
We'll
I'm not that much.
We'll be 20th if Steve Bruce is in charge.
Got Bournemouth and then Watford.
Ooh, they're two big games.
So yeah, it could. Yep. So it could be against QPR on the 24th that we get promoted. But there you go.
Wow.
Have you still got Farke in charge?
Yeah.
Is it still the same fellow in charge?
He is. Yeah.
He
He's
seems
kept
right.
faith with him.
Seems quite a classy gentleman.
Yeah. He's
Questionable football knowledge, but
he's the Steve Bruce of Germany.
If you look at him though, and then you hear him speak, he does not look like the way he would sound.
No.
If that makes any sense.
You could say the same about.
Spoken.
You could say the same about David Beckham, though, couldn't you?
Yeah, arguably, yeah.
Or Steve Bruce.
Macho man.
Anyway, how are the team getting on?
Well,
they're fantastic.
Two words, cabbage head.
They're doing exactly how I imagine them to do.
Yep.
Nice.
Exactly how I imagine them to do. Languishing in 17. But that's a successful season.
It is.
You know,
It's
three wins out of 23. That's very good going.
First win in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how you stay in the league.
That is survival form.
But you know the worst thing is we won more games than Brighton still.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're only
Brighton.
1 point behind Brighton.
And Brighton have beat us twice
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah. They've like only conceded like 5 goals though all season.
Only 5 goals.
I think they. Yeah.
They've lost like
thing is
8
they
games.
don't. They don't win games, but they don't lose games either.
Yeah.
They're not going to if they concede 5 goals a season.
It's weird. They're quite fun to watch as a
Yeah.
neutral. But then it's just a lot of huff and puff
Yeah.
up front.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah.
someone better than Mo.
they've
If they-
completely outplayed us twice this season.
Yeah.
Completely outplayed us.
If they get
Yeah,
a
I
20
remember.
goal season,
Even a 10 a goal
Midfielder.
season. You haven't even got that. It's just Mope's on like 6 goals or something,
No.
5 goals.
Something like that, yeah.
probably.
They do create quite a bit of chances, but like you say, it's having someone put the ball in the back of the net, which I know we've lacked
Yeah.
certainly this season with Wilson being out as well. So
Mm.
glad that he's back.
But then,
I mean,
you've been poor everywhere else.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, we have.
It's weird.
We're
The second we
We're
start
a poor
playing
team.
attacking football, we concede less goals, and it's just like everyone can see
yeah.
it. We can't sit back because we can't defend. So why bother? Just
I think the one thing what got me is when I can't remember when it was, but Steve Bruce turned around in an interview and he actually said, "I'm going to do it my way now."
Yeah, the gloves are off.
And that was after 18 months in charge. I'm thinking, well, Steve, whose way were you doing it before? You've been here for 18 months, pal.
Yeah,
Whose way were you doing it?
and he's
I'm gonna
probably
do it my
won.
way now.
He's probably won about
It-
12
it
games.
reminds
in
me
that-
of
in that
that.
18 months.
Yeah.
Out of like 60 played, it's ridiculous. His record's atrocious.
Yeah.
It
But he'll be there.
reminds
managing
me
Norwich
of
next
when
season, just like Daniel
Chris
Clark.
Hughton was in charge of Norwich.
Mm.
Well, he's out of contract next year anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, when Chris Hughton was manager of Norwich, he said he didn't make a substitution until like the 79th minute or something, because the players on the pitch weren't actually playing very well, so that didn't warrant. They had to improve their performance before he could make a substitution. And it's
Yeah.
like, hang on, isn't that the other way around?
It's like
Yeah, they're not
getting
performing, so you
personal
drag them
with your
off.
players. It's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. Yeah, we are exactly where I thought we'd be this season, to be fair.
Mm.
I mean, any other team would have sacked him by now, but apparently there's rumours that he's going to get a new contract if he keeps us up.
It's just
So,
it's,
That's what you want.
it's not good at all. Anyone else?
Steve Bruce's black and white army. Guess
When are you actually getting some ethically sourced new owners in?
I mean, it's been in the news again today that
Yeah.
the what's his face, the top honcho,
Crown Prince
Yeah.
Mohammed bin Salman.
he's basically urged Boris Johnson to get involved because it's making the Saudi and UK relations look bad.
But then Boris has turned around and denied it. Government
Well,
has
this is
turned
the thing.
around and denied it.
He's actually took his side, but the thing is, he can't get involved with the Premier League.
You can't. No.
I think he wrote an open letter to the Newcastle fans saying, "Yeah, we understand, but there's nothing we can do."
It's out of my control. But there were a lot of new documents released yesterday, I think it was, regarding to what happened last year.
hmm
And apparently there was a meeting scheduled in Whitehall regarding the takeover, which was like an hour or so away, and then it got cancelled. So something was closed, and then something has curveballed it and made it made it go off the other way. So
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what that was.
it's not very
Yeah,
professional,
you know.
is it? The whole thing just reeks of
No.
something else.
It does, and what gets me is that I remember it last year. I think it was nearly a year ago to the day that it was all meant to be close, and the Premier League turned around and said, "Well, we're not going to let any outside influence,
Mm.
influence our decision." And then you have 19 of the 20 Premier League clubs send an open letter to the Premier League voicing their concerns, and you're thinking, well, if that's not outside influence, I don't know what is. But
I think what the worst thing was the fact there was no decision at all. It was just like it was left and left.
Yeah, I can understand if you turn around and say no because blah blah. Okay, I disagree with you, but fair enough. Or yes, we're going to allow it. But the fact that it was neither a yes or a no, if you can't accept it, you have to deny it, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It reeks of something, and it's quite fishy, to be fair. But we'll see what happens in the coming months with the arbitration, I think, because that's meant to be happening in a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll see. See what happens. I doubt it, personally.
Yeah. I've been there too many times to get excited about anything like this anymore. It's just like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be gutted if it doesn't, because it's like, I'm used to it now. This is
exactly
what it's like.
We used to finish in between 14th and 17th every season. That's how it is now. If someone does come along and want to buy it, then absolutely put your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Glitching a bit there, Tom, but I think we got the gist of it.
Yeah, it should work out in the edit, shouldn't it? So
yeah,
you
can work wonders in the edit. I can make myself sound quite intelligent.
Like Eddie Murphy. That's going to take some editing.
Yeah. Might have to get Eddie on board with that one. Give him a call.
He'd be a great
who actually
guest.
owns your team these days, Ramage? Who owns the Canaries? Is it still... it's not still Delia, is it?
It's still Delia and a fella, yeah.
Oh, Delia.
Yeah. So.
Let's be having you. Come on.
How does that work?
Oh.
They're not like super financially well off, are they? It's just
no.
They'll have to have financial backing from somewhere.
They're the majority share owners, but yeah, our model is to develop young players and then sell them on at ridiculous profits to teams like Newcastle. So
it's worked well so far.
And then, and then we kind of actually did too well the other season, and then got promoted like 4 years before we wanted to.
Yeah.
So I think there is a plan to kind of just kind of get in young talent, develop it, sell it on, develop more young talent. A bit like Exeter, but on a bigger scale. Because they've had players like.
You've got a lot of decent players who will be sought after, I think, in the summer, especially the likes of Pookie and
Buendia for a start.
Cantwell.
I mean, Max Aarons, they were wanting 50 million for the lad.
Yeah,
it's just crazy money.
Yeah, crazy money.
Yeah, Barcelona was after him, so but they wanted him on loan this season, and we're like, no, we kind of need him. You either pay the money we want, or you can get lost.
Or do one, so, exactly.
Yeah, I can imagine Delia saying that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Let's be having you. Come on. Delia. It's still 8-3 to the Padres.
Yeah, I think we're finally going to win a game against the Pirates.
3-0 for the Twins against the almighty Red Sox.
Yeah, I think that's the Red Sox season over, isn't it? Really.
I think so. Yeah.
It is.
To be realistic.
To be honest, I thought it was over after 3 games. But there you go. Shows you what I know. So,
yeah, didn't they lose 3 and then win 9? It's just like like one or the other.
Said something.
We'll lose 3 and then win 9 again. I think that's how the season's going to go. So it'll be good.
I mean, the Twins are terrible as well. This makes it even funnier. It's just like you can't end a winning streak this way.
Yeah, they're tanking their conference. So we'll see though. We'll see.
And their conference, it's surely one of the easiest to win if you really wanted to. Like, there's no amazing team in that.
What conference is that?
Division.
No, it's a bit like.
I suppose you've got the White Sox if they wanted to put a challenge together, but
yeah. But then again, to be fair, that conference is just a bit like the whole of the National League.
One thing I don't understand though, why are the Yankees are in the American division and the Mets are in the other division?
wasn't it down to when the two leagues were formed? They were two separate entities anyway, weren't they?
I don't know.
Ramage will know. I'm sure you've told us before, Mr. Ramage.
I'm sure I have, but I can't remember. But then again,
it was two entirely different competitions altogether.
Oh, right, okay.
At one point they were joined together, and then it was like the winner of each competition contested the World Series. That's 45%.
I think it's
sure
where you have like designated hitters and stuff, isn't it?
Not going to stick your neck out on that one.
No, I'm not going to be brave as Ramage there.
Brave or
Although
foolish,
if we had to pick a potential winner this early in, have we got any predictions? Any brave predictions?
How about a proper Californian team like the Angels?
I mean, I just assumed you'd pick the Yankees, Ramage.
Well, apparently they're not very good at the moment. So
in every way,
I'm gonna say the Cincinnati Reds.
Wow.
I'm going for the Reds.
Is that based on anything, or is that just a?
No, not based on anything in particular.
Cincinnati
No,
Reds.
they're doing quite well at the minute. Who knows?
yeah, it can then be.
They could be a dark horse.
It can then be California's finest.
My head says Dodgers, but my heart says Angels.
Yeah, Angels.
Angels. I'm going to go for Mr. Trout and Mr. Ohtani to finally get their hands on that big trophy. Because otherwise, I think it's only a matter of time before another team snaps him up.
How about the Mariners?
I was thinking the Mariners, but
They've just beaten the Orioles.
So raise the bar there.
Yeah.
They've gone to 7-5.
Yeah. They lost 10-2 to the Twins as well. So,
Twins, dark horses.
It's a terrible
beating
team.
The Mariners, beating the Red Sox.
yeah, this is still awful.
Well,
So wishes.
put your game up.
Yep, indeed.
You need
I
to put
think
your game up.
I think at this stage you can. I think at this stage you can really only go for the Marlins, can't you? Can't see anybody else.
It's the reasonable choice, isn't it?
Yeah,
Those Marlins.
yeah.
Those Marlins.
They're third at the moment in the NL East, so above
Best
the
team in
Nationals.
Florida.
So,
Versus the best team in Baltimore.
yeah. I would imagine that the Ravens are probably actually a better baseball team.
Yeah, probably are.
Yeah.
Probably. It's true.
So what's been happening on the Twitter then, Ramage? Have you been delving deep into the bullpen Twitter? Have you been reaching out to our old fans, new fans?
I've put out like 2 tweets in like the last 7 days, if that helps. Yeah, because
Going mad.
yeah. Well, Late Night Sports is the guys that asked about our attitude on the Mets earlier. So I guess they're worth a shout out. They're a UK podcast team. So,
My phone is
we don't
about to die. just
So stop
seeing
taking
on
our
1%.
audience. Yeah.
Get it
I'm
moving.
gonna have to join on. I can't. I've got the headphones plugged in on the. It's the stupid
yeah.
design, which one slot fits all. I'm gonna have to get involved on the laptop, I think.
And then I got a message on my personal Twitter the other day asking if we were going to fire up the odd podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
And I can't.
Ask and ye shall receive.
Yes. Only Homers MLB News. So they're at Only Homers. So you can. And I think their thing might be to tweet about home runs. So and other kind of baseball stats and stuff. So they look good.
Brilliant.
And they were quite interested in finding out about some cricket as well. So
okay, well, that's your domain then, Ramage.
it is. So
Divulge
told
that
him all about
information.
I told him all about the lovely USA team and everything. So there you go.
Yeah. I think
Indeed.
Mr. Dring is going to join us again momentarily.
Yeah. Should we wait? Should we just go like this until?
Either that, or he's just, just decided to leave.
Yeah. Doesn't like us.
He's done the old. I'm going to the toilet trick on a date. You don't want to be there.
Hopefully that's worked.
He's currently. Here he is.
I'm back.
He is.
I thought you'd kind of snuck out a toilet window or something.
No, the phone is dead. The phone has died.
Disgraceful behaviour.
Honourable death.
You'd have thought I'd have charged it before I started doing this, wouldn't you?
You would.
To be fair, mine's only got 1%.
Mine's got 100%, but then it's charging. So
You haven't used your phone in years, Ramage.
I know I haven't used it since early.
You've just gone off the grid.
He's still got a Nokia 3310.
Yeah, that's it.
Still playing Snake.
It's still on its original charge as well.
Since 1996.
Yeah, back in the day.
This guy.
I don't think I actually owned a Nokia. The old classic.
Did you not?
I think I had a Nokia Savvy, I think it was called.
Nokia Savvy.
And that was cutting edge for back then. Like 2000.
Yeah.
I think I had a 3210. I think I had.
I'm not sure what I had, but
is that the one that was indestructible? Like you could drop it from
Yeah.
several stories and it would bounce right back up.
Yeah. Come back with more charge.
yeah. Have you seen? I can't remember what it is now. There's a group of Aussie guys that kind of throw things off this tower.
I'm intrigued.
They threw some like PlayStations off this. I don't know if it's a communications tower, and then they went to see if they'd switch on, and every single one switched on.
Wow!
And I can't remember what they're called.
Well, old school PlayStations.
The current ones.
Oh, really?
PS5.
Yeah.
But
Then they
lots of money.
Yeah.
and then they gave them all away. And I can't for the life of me think of what they're called. But they're pretty cool.
I mean, I know about the guys that film stuff in slow motion.
Okay.
Like they created the biggest water balloon and like popped it in slow motion. That was quite satisfying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But chucking PS5s off a roof.
First world problems, that I guess.
Yeah. Like you say, like either you've got a lot of money to just burn, because in Australia as well, it's like $1,000 for a PS5, isn't it? It's something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, they're called How Ridiculous. So.
Well,
quite apt, I think.
that answers that one.
Yeah, but they drop things like bowling balls onto trampolines from like 165 meters and things, and then see whether they break or not. So
I mean, it's a burning question, isn't it? You need to know.
Wow.
exactly.
These things need to be solved.
Yeah, I mean they seem quite cool for Aussies.
Oh,
To any of our Aussie listeners, he does apologise. We
Yeah.
apologise on his behalf.
we do not share the views of Mr. Ramage.
The views of Mr.
I
Ramage
just
do not reflect the views of the Bullpen podcast.
I just go on cricket rivalries. It's fine. They'll love it.
No, you need to let it go. You need to
Don't
let
you
it
mean
go.
they do? It's fine.
It's like, what would you consider cricket rivalries to be bigger than football rivalries? As in, say, would you be happy if Ipswich won the Champions League versus whatever your cricket rival team?
So
Sussex versus Hampshire.
yeah, that would be the one. I don't like watching Hampshire win, but I've never actually met a horrible Ipswich fan. I've met a few, and they just seem to be just really nice. And it's like,
Is that because you don't tell them you support Norwich?
well, one of the teachers I work with, he's an Ipswich fan, and he's pretty decent. Get on quite well. I guess it's because there is that big gap now, isn't there? It's a bit like Newcastle, Sunderland. It's like you're never going to play him again.
Is
Oh,
Is it that big though?
I don't know.
I don't know how they're doing in League One. Ipswich at the minute.
Yeah, they're League One.
They're in League One, yeah.
Hmm.
I think they're like, is it 10th or something? Like just above mid-table, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. But, yeah.
I don't know.
I know they sacked Mr. Paul Lambert, didn't they?
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job there.
He really did.
Hey, you never know. He might end up at Norwich.
Well, he's already been there. I don't think they'd have him back.
Don't rule that out.
Yeah, he's
rule that out.
Ipswich are ninth, and Sunderland somehow are third.
Yeah.
So
Still don't think
So we
they'll go
could
up.
place
Yeah.
Sunderland.
I mean, who's their manager at the minute?
I actually don't know.
it's some dude.
Actually, couldn't tell you his
I
name.
know they've got a lot of financial backing now with the young fella.
Yeah, Louis Dreyfus, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a very rich man.
very very young
Boy,
one as well.
actually.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, I think he's mid-20s, I think, and he's worth like $2 billion, something like that.
and all it took was just his incredible levels of drive and large inheritance of several £1 million from his family.
It helps.
That's all
It
it
helped.
takes.
Isn't it Lee Johnson?
It could be Lee Johnson.
Yeah. I think it might be. Might be right.
The managerial merry-go-round.
Yes.
Yeah. I always wonder how these, like, especially old managers like your Sam Allardyce's, your Steve Bruce, your other managers keep getting jobs.
It's.
Like, they keep doing.
I wonder if it just
rubbish
comes down
jobs.
to like
Yeah,
it's a familiar
they'll
name
get another
and
job at the end of it.
yeah, it's just. I mean, the only
Yeah, maybe.
sort of opposite to that is Mick McCarthy. I think when he took over Cardiff and no one expected anything, and now it's just like he's turned them into a winning team.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what happened to Ipswich after he left, and then
Sank like a stone. Yeah, sometimes you
Yeah.
take for granted that maybe some of the old codgers know what they're doing.
yeah. So
I mean, Chrissy Hooten's gone to Forest, who I consider to be a bit of a sinking ship,
yeah.
and made them a bit of a solid team. Maybe not the best team ever, but they definitely won't get relegated.
They're getting there. No, I don't think they will. No. I don't think they will.
He's as a manager, he just isn't cut out for the Premier League.
Some of them aren't, though, are they? They do such a good job in the
Some
Championship.
aren't, no. They're like players as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I think players are like that, especially one for us. I think Dwight Gale.
Dwight Gale, yeah.
I think if you put Dwight Gale in any Championship team, he's going to bag you 20 plus, guaranteed.
I think
he just knows where the goal is.
Mitrovic as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic in the Championship, and then
Comes to the Prem and
he's awful. Like Fulham are a better team without him, and they still stick by him.
Yeah.
I'm not sad to see it. I'm not sad to see Fulham struggling. Let's be honest. But
no, absolutely no. I think when you spend so much money on a player, I think they spent like 20 something million on Mitrovic. I think the manager probably has a sense of, we've paid this much money for him. We need to try and up his stock a little bit.
Yeah.
To try and regain some of that. Should he not be very good? So. Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I don't think Fulham playing bad is a bad thing for us, especially where we are in the league.
Mm. Yeah.
Because at one point I think they were 11 points behind us, and then they got back to 1.
Yeah, I think there was one week where they won 7 points in a week. 3 games in a week and got 7 points. It's just like, that breathing space is gone.
From 11
we are in
points
trouble.
down to 4. Yeah.
And then down to...
We still are.
Like 1 or 3, or it was 3 points, I think it was. In fact, no, at one point they were above us, weren't they? When they were 1-0 up against Villa, I think, recently.
And then Villa, and then they lost 3-1.
Thankfully, Villa did a huge favour.
Yes, and I don't like Villa. I was happy for that result. Happy for that result, absolutely.
It was funny actually. I was clearing some stuff out and I found the old program from the Villa game. From was it 2013, 2012, 2013?
Yeah, I think Cisse and Cabai scored.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember Cabai scoring that one from outside the area.
I think we were right behind it where we were sat in the
whatever
the main.
We were right on the opposite end. End, yeah.
Right behind him, just hitting it. It's just like you beauty.
That's it. You knew straight away.
I opened the program up and there was
some limbs.
Six Panini stickers where Cabai was one of them. It's like
brilliant.
What could have been?
Yeah. I think he was the only player I actually had his name on the back.
Yeah, same. I've got 2 shirts with Mr. Cabai on the back.
Mr. Cabai. Oh, what a man. What a guy.
And
he's retired now, I think.
Yeah, he left us to go to PSG, I think.
PSG. Yeah.
And then
he went to, was it Palace?
Palace, yeah. Like, why not just come back to us? Like,
Did he not miss a penalty against us at one stage?
I
think he did. Sure. I think it was at Newcastle. I think it was at St James's. I think it was for Palace, and I think they were 1. I think it was 0-0. It was something like I think it was very late in the game, and I think he missed. I think we went on then to win the match, and I had a sneaking feeling he's done that. He's done that on purpose.
Oh,
I had a sneaking feeling he'd done that on purpose.
Good lad.
Yeah.
It's like
probably didn't.
No. It's just nice to think of it sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe he does care after all.
Well, I never forget the way he left though. Like, he completely up sticks, like down tools, and he was like, "I'm not playing." All right, bye.
I think
see you later.
That was around. I think was he starting to get in the French squad?
Yeah,
I think the French squad were actually seeing
move to a bigger team.
But it went from being like a top midfielder in an average team to being an average midfielder in a top team. It was weird. Like, you can't have been happy.
I just wish that more people knew about Leonard Cohen, so I could do my my pun on the
When that
goodbye
one's
name, because Leonard Cohen's got a song that's called "That's No Way to Say Goodbye."
Ah.
Yeah, so that's no way to say goodbye.
I mean, speaking of Ramage, you didn't do
I'm not mainstream enough.
album bingo this podcast.
Oh, Sigrid Bingo.
Sigrid Bingo, yeah.
Oh, Sigrid Bingo.
Sigrid Bingo.
You had one job, young man.
Job.
One job.
I know.
Oh, Ramage.
Yeah.
Breaking news. The Red
Oh, dear.
Sox have come back from 3-0 down to be drawing 3-3 with the Twins.
That's insane.
It is.
Breaking news.
We might never lose a game
Wow.
ever again. Ever again. We're going to be the team with the 2020s, I'm telling you. Yeah, or not.
3-3. Wow. They scored 3 runs in the 8th.
It's
Wow.
nice.
There you
And
go.
that's just ruined all our good moves, hasn't it?
Yeah. Put on a downer.
So I guess we touched a bit on music for a second there, didn't we? So
Yep.
what is your project this year, Dring, and how's that going?
My project is to stop listening to the same old stuff every week on Spotify, and
Broaden your horizons a
actually,
little bit.
yeah, like just see what's come out each week and then give it a listen, and then pick my favourites. And to be fair,
Nice.
there's some good stuff out there that you miss. You know, it's like Spotify's quite good at recommending stuff to you, but only if it's similar to what you already listen to.
Yeah.
Whereas
Exactly.
I'm quite guilty of that, listening to the same stuff.
it's just too easy to do as well. It's just like
Of course it is.
you're doing something at home and it's like, I'll chuck some music on, like you're cleaning up, and you just chuck a playlist on of music that you already know, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I enjoy this, but to actually listen to an album you've never heard before, not all the way through, but
Yeah.
it takes some dedication.
It does, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, this time last year, I don't think I could ever see myself being a fan of Dua Lipa, but it's kind of like, well, there's actually some good stuff from that.
It was a weird
Yeah.
one, that one, because
So,
I did pick that as one of my favourite albums of last year, but I think there's like 3 songs on there that are absolutely terrible.
yeah.
It's
Is that Boys Will Be Boys?
and the recent one that's just come out.
Levitating.
Did you not like that
Is
one? Levitating?
that what it's...
One with Miley Cyrus.
No, the it's just like a little semi-rap part to the.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's got quite like a reggae beat to it.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's a
Did you not
terrible
like that
song. No,
It's the album track, isn't it? Future Nostalgia.
it could be. Yeah, it's
That's it.
not for me, Ramage. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you can tell her that as well if you want.
Like modern architecture.
It's tacky,
Yeah.
but it's the same as the Weekend
so
album.
there is a band.
Go on.
Yeah. There is a band that I've really got into, and it's like
The New Transients.
they're overrated.
Yeah.
Stick of hearing about that. It's Sammy Ray and the Friends. It's kind of like really upbeat, kind of. It's just really upbeat, and it's kind of like that's just like what's got me through lockdown, and it's just like the energy that they've got. That when you see some of their live videos on YouTube, it's like I kind of wish that I was in a really small, sweaty room with them all. So
Is
that's my
with or
record.
without them playing music there, Ramage?
It's definitely with them playing music.
Definitely.
You know the kind of venues I mean. Yeah.
I'm actually
Like,
going to one in October. There's a gig at the Bodega
Nice.
I'm going to on my birthday, and it's just like
Yeah.
I know what to expect.
Yeah.
Packed in like sardines, but
Yeah. When I went to the bodega, they weren't packed in like sardines. There's probably about 30 people.
you've
So it was a
seen
really good gig.
Is it Kate Nash you've seen at the Bodega? Once upon a time.
I've never seen Kate Nash.
Kate Nash, whatever happened?
I saw Kate Walsh.
Could be Kate Walsh then. I think
She
Kate Nash is
went
an
to
actor now,
Hollywood.
isn't she? I think she's an actress.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She was in that thing with Miss Brie, wasn't she? The wrestling thing.
Yes, Glow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Glorious Ladies of Wrestling.
Yeah. She was quite good in that as
Is
well.
that any good? I've never watched that.
It's fun, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Her series is pretty decent.
It's hard to. It's not just about wrestling, and it's not just about women wearing latex. You know, there's
Latex.
there's quite a bit to it. It's a good watch.
Yeah.
To be fair, Alison Brie is a good watch in almost everything that she's
That's
ever
true.
done.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Did either of you watch
she's
Cobra
got
Kai on Netflix at all?
No.
The esteemed
No.
Karate Kid reboot. It is
We've let you down there.
fantastic. It is just
Good.
the best thing I've seen for a long time.
Worth a watch.
Absolutely. Like, even if you...
Yeah.
'Cause I've not seen the films for years, so I thought, is it going to be one of them where I have to rewatch the films to understand what's going on? It's just like, no, it's got the
I've never watched
flashbacks. What?
I've never watched it. Never watched it.
Yeah, the general
Hold
concept
my
of it,
hands
though.
up. Yeah, I do.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
the main...
I haven't seen a Karate Kid.
Neither of you?
I haven't seen a Karate Kid film in like 30 years.
Okay.
30 years probably.
It's probably when it came out.
30 years was 1991.
Exactly.
Ah, wait. I think Karate Kid
Yeah.
1 was 83? 84? Because
So it's been
This-
a while.
Cobra Kai is the original actors reprising the roles. So they're all like pushing 60. Still doing... but neither of them look 60. It's bizarre, but it's a good show. Highly, highly recommend.
Yeah.
If not for the karate,
Like
definitely for the
a journey-
soundtrack.
Like a Journey reunion, is it?
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, with Steve Perry.
Yeah.
It's
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry. What about you then, Mr. Boultby? Have you checked any music out lately, or?
Not music. We're watching at the minute the Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Very good actually.
Nice.
Didn't think I'd enjoy it, but we both are. It's about an orphan girl who gets sent to a girls' home, and she turns out to be a chess prodigy. She's basically an absolute wizard at chess, and it's just her growing up and her life through chess. Really, it's really, really good. Even if you have no idea about chess, it's just a very easy watch.
I think it did get some pretty decent reviews, to be fair. I think it was
Yeah.
like the top
it's very
10
good.
most watched things at one point.
Yeah, very good.
What about you, Mr. Ramage? Anything you've seen?
I've recently watched the Lethal Weapon TV series, which was quite interesting.
Didn't know there was such a thing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how close it is to the films because I can't ever remember seeing them. but I think
Great films.
Yeah.
but I think they might have captured the spirit. So yeah, it's kind of quite dark because you'll come away from watching an episode and it's just like that's really depressing. I'm quite down now. Let's watch another one. But yeah, because one of the characters is going through a lot, so it's kind of there's lots of explosions, lots of kind of chase scenes and stuff. It's quite fun. So,
Is it anyone?
And
Lethal
I've
Weapon series.
watched I've watched over lockdown. I watched Bones twice. I've watched it all through, and then it's just like, actually, I want to watch this again. So I just
The series?
watched like 9 series of it straight through. Yeah, the series. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Ravage.
With the other Chanel. I know.
That's a lot of
That's
television.
how bad lockdown was, honestly. But yeah, no, it's quite.
I watched
Yeah, it was
Ocean's
quite-
8 last weekend.
It was cute. Nice.
Surprisingly
is that
good.
the one with? Is that the one with the?
It's got
what's the name in it?
Bullock,
Thingy.
Bullock and Blanchett,
Yeah, that's the one.
and
Nice.
Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter's in it,
Yeah,
Anne Hathaway's in it. It's quite a stacked.
that's the one.
And then
That's
James
what I
Corden turns up as a private investigator. So yeah,
There's
It's
only
one of
James
those.
Corden.
Nearly ruins the whole thing.
but yeah, I
Can't win them all, can
recommend
you?
that. I thought it'd be absolutely shit, but yeah, give it a watch if you can. It's very silly, but it's very good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have seen it before. Yeah.
Oh, have you?
It's got Rihanna in as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's 8
And,
of them, surprisingly.
Mindy.
Mindy Kaling.
Yeah. Sarah Paulson.
Yeah. She's got massive eyes.
Matt Damon's in it as well, apparently.
He.
Matt Damon.
I don't know. I don't think he is.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the cast list. Matt Damon, Dakota Fanning.
Dakota Fanning's in there. Yeah. No, there's no Matt. I don't think. He was in the original Ocean's 11, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's the brother or sister. Brother or sister? The
It's-
brother.
It's
One of
Clooney.
the
Clooney is
people that-
the brother.
Okay. Serena Williams.
Yep. Heidi Klum. She turns up for a bit.
Yeah.
No.
And Tommy Hilfiger.
Yep. Amazing actor, Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And Alan Shearer.
Yep. The best actor in the world, Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've just refreshed the Red Sox game and nothing's changed.
So,
No, it's still 3-3.
nice. That'll
Still
do.
3-3. The Marlins lost.
Oh,
That's a shock.
yes. They're not going to win the World Series at this rate, are they?
Disgrace.
Shock.
Padres have
Yeah,
finally stopped the rock.
a late. Yeah, late surge.
I think we're played at 10 past midnight, I think.
Sounds about right. And Padres are actually on British TV at the weekend.
Yeah, I remember you told us yesterday. We're going to have to borrow your credentials for that one, Ramage.
Yeah.
Yes, my password is you're not having it. 1.
My password is biggest dickers.
But yeah,
1, 2,
yeah,
3, 4.
I'll sort you out.
And then give us the password after
Sure
you.
you will. Then give us the pass.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh dear.
there was a thing, you know, that message service that I don't know what's called, but that famous people like record you a message if you send them like £30 or something.
I have no
Apparently
idea.
Nigel Farage got caught up in one the other day.
I do.
Yeah.
No
Apparently Nigel Farage does this thing where you send him some money and he records a message for you.
Oh, nice.
And the other day he had to do one where the message was to Hugh Jardon. I think that was who it was. And obviously he does it with a straight face and everything, and it's yeah. But with that sort of thing, you could have so much fun.
Who was the one on Twitter that time? And
So funny.
someone tweeted them saying it's my parents' anniversary or something, 60th anniversary. Please give a shout out. And it was a picture of Fred and Rose West.
Oh yeah, wasn't that in Australia somewhere?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of it. It was.
Thank you.
I
Wow.
was like, please wish my dad a very happy 70th birthday. It's just a picture of Gary Glitter.
I don't know.
Like, when will they learn?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
They never learned, did it? Never ever. So funny though. So funny.
I mean, it's
But then,
Twitter's a minefield at times.
yeah.
in fact, I
Do you
wasn't far
remember-
off into know who the celebrity was that was duped by the Fred West tweet.
Go on then.
It was none other
Who
than
was
President number 45, Donald Trump.
Nice.
My parents who passed away always said you were a big inspiration. Can you please retweet for their memory? Oh no, Donny got duped with that one.
Good old Donald. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I was saying at
But
work.
don't forget that happened to
How
us
long
too,
have people been doing it?
Go on, what was that?
too long. Just over an hour.
Right.
Just over an
Yeah, I
hour.
was just looking to see how long we've been live.
Just checking the Audacity still recording as well.
We're doing well.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I reckon we can.
I might have to
Call
shoot
it
in
a
a
day.
minute, guys, because I've got work at stupid o'clock
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
I was in your place the other day and you weren't there. So
I've yet to visit that one, the new one.
Very good. Very
it's
nice.
to be fair, it's not as good as the one near B&Q, but yeah, I'll do.
Yeah, the staff are so rude.
Yeah. It's what else for you, isn't it? So what do you expect? But,
The best thing with wearing the mask is that you can actually mime at customers and they can't see what you're saying.
I don't know. You should have more respect for your customers.
Should, yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
Should.
it's the Sainsbury's staff you have to watch out for. They're horrendous.
Sainsbury's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't go in there
Are
often.
they as bad as that?
I don't tend to go there, to be fair.
It's not. I wouldn't
Is it as
recommend
bad as that Undercover Boss episode?
Oh,
Did you see that Undercover
That's
Boss
brilliant.
USA, where he's kind of saying
I
how
haven't seen
horrible
that one, yeah.
the customers are, and he's like talking to the
Yeah.
CEO or something.
Yeah. Doesn't she sack him?
See you later. Yeah, pretty much on the spot. He's like, you can go home now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're probably not cut out for this.
stupid
classic.
man.
Probably not. Silly boy.
Shall we call it a day then, chaps?
Don't fall for that trick.
Yeah, I think so. It's been
I
a
think we
pleasure.
should do. Yeah.
We managed to get
An absolute
grips
pleasure.
on
So
technology, and
Finally.
it took a while. It took
just
too
about.
long.
It did.
And
It-
do you know the oldest of us by like 400 years? It's just like, yeah, this works. Why aren't you here? Why aren't you doing it?
Thing is, I
So-
was logged in as my work email address, and I'm not allowed to
Yeah.
create a new Teams group.
Okay.
So the option wasn't there. So I was like, "Why is this so difficult? How can Ramage do it?" And I'm struggling.
No
That-
disrespect.
that's
man.
what you tell yourself every day, isn't it?
Fingers in many
Yeah.
pies.
Honestly, that's what he asks himself. That's what he asks himself every night. Why am I not as good as Ramage?
That's it. I cry myself to sleep every
Burning
night.
question.
Yeah, not everybody can be me.
No, there's only one Ramage,
No,
Right, so how can we get hold?
only one.
and that's Peter.
So how can people get hold of us on social media then?
The Twitter is Ramage.
I was thinking more of Ian.
You know the Twitter these days, Ramage. What's the Twitter username?
Yeah. What for the bullpen?
bullpen pod.
Is it at bullpen pod?
Regret making you head of communications.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm assuming it's just bullpen pod.
It's at,
Yeah.
at Bullpen Pod.
and your
At
Twitter.
Bullpen Pod.
Yeah. So
And how about your
At TBoultby.
handles?
Mine. Simple. At TBoultby. If you ever want to hit me up,
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
Yeah.
at famousstrauss, and
I am
Yeah.
unable to be contacted on Twitter because I don't have it anymore.
Good choice.
Because it's a mess.
Especially in 2021.
Because the wild is such a nice place.
You open your mouth once and that's it. You'll be ripped apart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah, that was
right.
a fun experience.
It's been a
We got
pleasure,
there in the
guys.
end.
It's been emotional. It was.
Right, well,
Yeah, we did.
Yep. See you guys in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah. Always.
Toodle
No,
pip.
don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.
Right, goodbye,
Take care.
everybody.
Peace out, everybody.
See you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
Peace out. Bye.
Goodbye.